For a great cup of joe, there's one thing you should know. Your morning brew can also be playful. Buff Boy Brewing guys make the temperature rise. And you surely feel naughty when you swallow our coffee. If you want some real heat, give your mouth a fine treat. You will want some more, rest assured. Buff Boy Brewing, you can't get enough of.
It's time for The Scribble, your weekly fix of celebrity chats, bizarre stories in the news, and basic random chatter with best-selling author and syndicated radio host Jeremy Bradley. Make sure your seat is in the upright and locked position and your barf bag is securely in place. Here's Jeremy Bradley.
Thank you very much, Larson. Jeremy Bradley here, live on location in Indianapolis, Indiana. Our syndicated radio shows, Top of the Charts and The Open Road, wrapping up week 2 of special broadcasts for the travel and tourism folks. If you're planning your next vacation and maybe you've heard of a city or a destination, you're not quite sure about it, we're taking you there and we're taking you around town and showing you what you can do. Last week on the show, we visited the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You can check that out at thescribbleshow.com and on SoundCloud and iTunes. And this week, we're taking you above ground and we're taking you underground. We're going to the City Market, a great community connection at the City Market, and then underneath that is the city's catacombs. Some very haunting stories are told, and we have the prepackaged segments from the radio show. So these aren't live. You're going to hear me talking as though we're live. That was for radio. And also, we're going to the zoo, going to the Indianapolis Zoo to paint with penguins. That was a wild experience, I have to tell you. If you've never been painting with penguins, I highly recommend it. I don't know where you can get penguins, maybe eBay or something. And there's also the Indiana Medical History Museum, which is a little bit bizarre, but kind of cool, where we were surrounded by brains and syphilis in Indianapolis. You'll understand when you hear that part of the show that that's coming up. And we're also going to wrap things up with a gondola ride through the canal. A lot of people, I was told, who even live in Indianapolis do not know that there is a canal that runs through downtown. We're on the boat and we're getting a song to set the mood. So that's what you're going to hear this week on the Scribble podcast. All of these segments from Top of the Charts and The Open Road earlier in the week. So let's get to the clips. Here is City Market from Indianapolis. Jeremy Bradley here once again, live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hopefully you can hear me, and we've got signal. I'm underground right now at the City Market Catacombs. And, of course, all of our Indie adventures are brought to you by ShopErnie.com. Steve, you're going to love this. Everyone loves a golden retriever puppy. Ernie and his dog-mestic partner, Basil, get it? See, look at it on the card. Dog-mestic pot, P-A-W, Basil, have the perfect greeting card for your next occasion. Whether they are formal in their tuxedos, wearing their Christmas antlers, or just giving you those sad puppy dog eyes, your message will make people smile. I paused there. We're going to talk about your dog in a second. Check out the collection at ShopErnie.com. That's ShopErnie.com for all the crazy greeting cards. Stevie, you got to talk about your new puppy, your husky puppy.
I do have a new puppy. Her name is Sasha. She's now about a little over 5 months old, and she's blind. She was born blind. And so as if having a puppy isn't challenging enough, let's add blind to that. And it's been a very interesting ride, and I've learned a lot. And she's a very, very happy puppy, and it's amazing to watch the other senses kind of take over. Right. And she's easily, she navigates the house in the backyard easily, and she knows exactly where her water bowl is and exactly where her food bowl is. Trust me on that. We have 3 other dogs at home, too, who kind of assist in the effort.
You've got the menagerie, that's right. You've got all of the 3 other dogs that are joining us. So I mentioned at the top, we're in the catacombs. First off, explain what this is, because to me, it's like we're in a tunnel from decades ago. And what does this date back to?
1886. It was the original basement to what was Tomlinson Hall that stood above it from 1886 to 1958 when it tragically burned in a fire.
Tell us how it burned. There was the bird.
So there was a pigeon, and this actually made the Indianapolis Star. This story made the Star, the local newspaper, the next morning. So there was a pigeon who allegedly was carrying a lit cigarette and dropped said cigarette on the roof of Tomlinson Hall. And it just continued to burn, and there were 22 firefighting units on site that January 1958. More than 3 million gallons of water were used to extinguish this massive fire. Tomlinson Hall burned significantly, but a little less than 50%, but they deemed it too expensive to replace and rebuild. So what we are left with are the catacombs and a brick archway that stands out on Market Street above ground. But the catacombs are a labyrinthian brick archway and Indiana limestone space that's about 22,000 square feet. Again, it served as the basement to Thomas, and so it housed the boiler system. At some point, city market merchants used it for storage. At one point, Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department used it as a firing range, which I think is interesting. Didn't last very long, way too loud. But we today use it for different functions like Prohibition Repeal Day parties.
Let's talk about that. And then, Joe, in the meantime, if you might get us some guns, we're going to do some firing down here as well. But yeah, so there's events because you also do tours, and I see there's a circle of chairs as well. So let's talk about what else happens down here.
Sure. We actually opened up the catacombs in 2012 for the Super Bowl, when Indianapolis hosted the Super Bowl. And we figured anybody coming to a Super Bowl has done everything. What do we have that's unique? What do we have? Yeah. So we said, let's open up the catacombs. Let's partner with Historic Landmarks of Indiana. They can write the script. We have the asset, and we can share the proceeds. But it'll be a unique experience for the people coming to Indy from all over the world. And it certainly was a very successful venture. I don't know that we actually got anybody coming to the Super Bowl. It was all local people saying, what? Indianapolis has catacombs. We had no idea. And it was so successful that every year, May through October, we host the public tours. And it just continues to grow and be great. We host other events down here, too, such as we partner with Indy Film Fest to host movie screenings. And
what kind of movies?
They're always very site-specific and very fitting to the setting. So Fight Club, Labyrinth, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Phantom of the Opera, those kind of movies.
Do you scare easily?
I do. And in fact, I'll tell you, so last Halloween, we hosted a movie called As Above, So Below. Okay. And the movie is set in Paris, France.
It's French, yeah.
They're catacombs. And I think, and then students, archaeological students who go into the catacombs in Paris and they're researching, and somehow they get locked in these catacombs. And then from that point on, bad things happen. And bad enough things happen that I said, nope, can't do it, I'm out. And I couldn't watch anymore because just no. But the reason...
The mayor told me about that, by the way. That's how I'm asking you about it.
Mayor Joe?
We're to go with the mayor, yeah. Go ahead.
It's a theme. So the chairs are in a circle, and this is an interesting story because every year on March 30th, we host an event for Earth Hour. So if you're not familiar with Earth Hour, it's where globally people are encouraged to turn their electricity off at 9 p.m. for an hour, just, get in a green habit of doing something for conservation. And we hosted the event here in the catacombs. The chairs represented where a local organization of a national chapter called the Threshold Choir were singing. And it's comprised of female a cappella singers whose mission is to sing at people's deathbeds, thereby kind of easing the stress of that transition.
Right.
So they were singing. It was awesome. It was great. It was hair-raising and haunting and beautiful and all those things. So flash forward after the event about 6 weeks, and I was giving a tour, and one of the girls in the tour took a picture of just the arrangement of chairs. And she looked at her viewfinder, and she said, well, now this is interesting. And I said, what do you see? What do you have? And it was a silhouette of a female form in a chair. So we try not to move them. If we do move them, they go right back.
I was taking pictures down here with the BlackBerry, so there's a good chance we won't even see anything in the pictures. We've got to get back to the music here on our show. What we're going to do is we're going to go upstairs, though, because there's even more, there's more lively action up there, and we'll talk about what else people can do here at the city market, okay?
You bet.
All right, indy.jbonair.com is where we've got that.
Who are the Kardashians feuding with now? What did that little thug Justin Bieber do this time? Who's getting hitched? And who's headed for Splitsville? Hear the latest celebrity news and gossip every day on Entertainment Wrap-Up. The good, the bad, the ugly, but mostly the ridiculously hilarious. It's all recapped in this daily segment at entertainmentwrapup.com. Have a laugh at the expense of the rich and famous when they take themselves way too seriously. It's 3 minutes of time-wasting fun at entertainmentwrapup.com. Check out Entertainment Wrap-Up at entertainmentwrapup.com. Brought to you by Speak Free Books.
Jeremy Bradley here now above ground. It's a beautiful day here in Indianapolis, and of course our Indie Adventure is brought to you by ShopErnie.com. Everyone loves a golden retriever puppy. Ernie and his dog-domestic partner, Basil, have the perfect greeting card for your next occasion. Whether they are formal in their tuxedos, wearing their Christmas antlers, or just giving you those sad puppy dog eyes, your message will make people smile. Check out the collection at ShopErnie.com. That's ShopErnie.com. Stevie, we're back still at the City Market here in Indianapolis, and lots of great smells. Let me just tell you, I ate a little while ago, but I'm hungry again. Problem, but a good problem.
I'm familiar with the problem on a daily basis.
It doesn't look like it.
Oh,
no.
Thank you.
No.
That's why we have a gym connected to City Market.
But lots of vendors. It's local foods. I mean, almost any taste you can imagine. Sweet, salty, everything is here.
It's multicultural, too. Everything from Jordanian and Middle Eastern food to Greek. Of course, we've got American pizzas and just all over the map. Literally, you can kind of work your way around. So it's lovely. It's a great destination, not only for lunchtime and lunchgoers, but we have activities and programming throughout the day. So, again, you can work around your day and spend all of it at City Market and not miss a beat. Like, you can go in the morning and work out and then come over for a great juice or smoothie, have some lunch, get some work done with free Wi-Fi on your laptop. We have a great all-Indiana craft beer bar. That's fantastic. That's super popular. And then, of course, in the evening, just enjoy being here in this beautiful surrounding. Looking
out the windows, a little while ago it was raining. We saw some kids and some people literally singing in the rain out there. They were dancing around.
That's lovely.
Yeah, now you welcome community groups too, though, as well, right? You really want to be community inclusive here.
We do, and we partner with some great organizations that assist in that effort, too. We are a big redeemer of Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, otherwise known as food stamps. Women, Infants, and Children is a federal program that helps pregnant women and new mothers eat nutritious foods, as well as the Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program. So really inviting them and asking them and polling them, what do you need from your city market? Where are your needs not being met? How can we help fill the void? Whether it's a senior yoga class, a knitting class, new mothers. Do you know how to make nutritious foods for your family? We've got a great demo kitchen that we can do demos for you in that. So really being a welcoming spot for all of our audiences.
Where can people get more information about this place?
www.indiecm.com is our website.
We've got to get back to music. So again, we've got all the highlights at indie.jbonair.com. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go downstairs to the catacombs and scare the crap out of the tour people, okay?
I love it.
Okay, here we go. Back to the music.
Ever had something to get off your chest but never had the balls to say it? That's a load of crap. Speak Free with JB.com is exactly what you've been waiting for. Your chance to tell it like it is and not care what anybody else thinks. Have your say on issues of the day. Join newspaper and radio columnist Jeremy Bradley as he tells it like it is. Hundreds of thousands of people have stopped by, including some well-known celebrities who have had a chat with JB and speak candidly about what's really going on in the world. You can join them too. Have a rant or a rave. Be brave and head on over to www.speakfreewithjb.com now.
Jeremy Bradley here, experiencing Indianapolis like nobody else has, at least in record speed. And our Indie Adventure is brought to you by ShopErnie.com. Everyone loves a golden retriever puppy, don't you, Carla?
I do.
And Ernie and his dog-domestic partner, you get that, right?
Sure.
Basil have the perfect greeting card for your next occasion. Whether they are formal in their tuxedos, wearing their Christmas antlers, or just giving you those sad puppy dog eyes, your message will make people smile. Check out the collection at ShopErnie.com. That's ShopErnie.com. I'm at the Indianapolis Zoo with Carla. We're just getting here. I love animals, as we know. What are we going to experience today at the zoo?
Well, we have some amazing experiences here. We just recently began our Magnificent Macaws presentations. So this is a really incredible experience to be able to see flocks of birds, about 15 to 20 individual macaws. And they're going to fly about a half a mile across our zoo in open air above our guests' heads. It's a really one-of-a-kind experience.
Fly like right above, right through the crowd, right above us.
You've got it. It's
wow.
there, and they fly about a half a mile, which is actually pretty short for macaws. These are very brightly colored parrots, and they fly for miles and miles in the forests of Central and South America. So it's very unique for us to be able to offer this to the guests here in Indianapolis.
Okay, so what else are we going to do? Because we got a lot of ground to cover. So we're going to go and check out, I guess, some elephants. You got some elephants here. We're going to see some, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, right?
Certainly. We have lots of different animals. About 200.
How many? How many animals?
Yes, we have 1,400 different animals here of about 230 different species. Lots of those are going to be threatened species and endangered species as well. So it's really important for us to be able to offer not just animal interactions, but also conservation messages as well to our guests, to be able to engage with them and hopefully that they will leave here and want to be able to save these animals in the wild.
You told me there's at least one of them that I can race while I'm here.
There sure is. You can race a cheetah while you're here.
No. Let's check the Vegas odds and see what they're doing. I'll take it. A human probably couldn't win here.
No, probably not. We've been racing cheetahs here at the Indianapolis Zoo since 2010. And whenever I say race, we have a special racetrack that simulates how fast a cheetah would be racing in the wild. They can run very fast, about 70 miles per hour for a very short sprint. And humans can't quite match that speed.
No, just when I was walking up. Well, you saw me when I was walking up. It's a little bit hot and humid today. I don't think I could master it. Now, I do love penguins. I think you got penguins here, right?
Yeah, we sure do. We have 3 different species of penguins. So at the Indianapolis Zoo, we are accredited not just as a zoo, but we are also an aquarium and a botanical gardens as well. So we're going to give you an opportunity to meet some of our penguins today.
Oh, that's awesome. But you're also a learning center, too.
Absolutely, and that's very important for us, that we're offering educational experiences for our guests. We want them to have a lot of fun. We want them to engage with our animals. But we do really want people to learn something new about the animals that they love.
Okay, so I'm gonna meet some penguins. Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, so I'm gonna head into the zoo. We're gonna watch. Some birds are actually flying right above. We're gonna get those pictures on our website, indy.jbonair.com, and I'm gonna hang out with some penguins when we come back.
It's never too early to start thinking about your next holiday. Have you checked out Mexico recently? From tequila tasting, swimming with horses, to ziplining through the jungle and watching whales and dolphins in their natural habitat, Puerto Vallarta has it all. Visit mexico.jbonair.com to see all the fun PV has to offer. That's at mexico.jbonair.com for hundreds of photos, interviews, and videos from around the tourist hotspot. Check out mexico.jbonair.com for all the fun. That's mexico.jbonair.com.
Jeremy Bradley here, live from Indianapolis, Indiana, at the zoo, and our Indie Adventures brought to you by ShopErnie.com. Everyone loves a golden retriever puppy. I think we might have to get some penguin pictures on here as well. Ernie and his dog-domestic partner, Basil, have the perfect greeting card for your next occasion. Whether they are formal in their tuxedos, wearing their Christmas antlers, or just giving you those sad penguin eyes, your message will make people smile. Check out the collection at ShopErnie.com. That's ShopErnie.com. Carla, we've got some masterpiece works of art at the zoo here today, so I'll tell everybody what I'm talking about. I met Picasso's. What were the names of the penguins? They have numbers.
They're numbers. But we do have some penguin Picassos here at the zoo.
So what happened was I was just, behind the scenes and met 2 penguins, and one of them was more into himself than he was into me. He's more into himself than I'm into myself, really. Was fascinated by checking himself out in the mirror, and then the female did some really great painting. We've got a purple and red picture here, and they just kind of walked across the canvas, right?
Yeah, the animal art adventures that we offer here happen not just with penguins, but we have several species that are artistic animals. Each animal has its own different style. So the penguins, like you saw, we just put some paint down on the floor and they walk across onto the canvas, and it leaves these beautiful foot impressions.
I'm thinking about it now. What I'm going to do when I get home is I'm going to put a handprint of mine. So now we've all done it. That would be cool. I didn't think of that in the moment, but that's awesome. All right, so there's tons of other animals here, as I was saying. Flamingos were getting a little squawky as we walked by just now, but people can really spend the entire day here. As we said in the last segment, there's a whole bunch of learning experiences with interactive exhibits, and now there's private events you can have here as well. I hear one's going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of spaces around the zoo where businesses, weddings, receptions, different things can happen. So in addition to being a zoo as an attraction, we're kind of a community event space as well.
So Ernie and Basil could have their wedding here is what you're saying.
They certainly can.
Equal opportunity zoo, I hope. They're not judgmental about the 2 minutes.
We welcome all.
Done. Ernie and Basil. And we'll get those greeting cards. And then, that would be great. We'll sell those. Where can people get more information about the zoo?
You can go to IndianapolisZoo.com, and we encourage people to plan their visit.
Clever website address. How did you guys come up with that address?
I know.
It's just easy to remember. What was it again? I didn't write it down.
It is IndianapolisZoo.com.
We've got a bunch of pictures from our tour at indy.jbonair.com, and we'll link you through to that as well. Carla, I think we can really auction this and get a whole bunch of money and make a donation to the zoo. What do you think?
Oh, that would be perfect. We would love that.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks so much for your time. And again, indy.jbonair.com. Thanks for having us here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Isn't it crazy that you wait for payday, but before you know it, you're strapped for cash again? It's time to stop blowing your money and become a smart spender with the book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com. Learn simple ways to cut costs at home every day and during special times of the year. Don't go broke at Christmas. Don't remortgage the house for a fancy vacation. The book is filled with tips to save you money throughout the year. Check out the best-selling book, The Official Guide to Being an American Cheapskate at cheapskatebook.com or on Amazon and iTunes.
Hey everybody, we are live from Indianapolis, and I'm at the Indiana Medical History Museum, and our Indie Adventure is brought to you by ShopErnie.com. Everyone loves a golden retriever puppy. Ernie and his domestic partner, Basil, have the perfect greeting card for your next occasion. Whether they are formal in their tuxedos, wearing their Christmas antlers, or just giving you those sad puppy dog eyes, your message will make people smile. Check out the collection at ShopErnie.com. That's ShopErnie.com. I don't know how we can segue from that, Sarah, but I'm with the executive director here at the Medical History Museum. Thanks so much for having us here.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is a very unique place, and it's steeped in history in the community. We're about to go through a tour, and we've got pictures on our website at indy.jbonair.com, but we're hanging out with some syphilis, it sounds like, here.
Syphilis everywhere.
It's rampant here in Indianapolis, as our friends at the Visit Indy office are going to appreciate me saying no. In all seriousness, we're actually surrounded by brains right now. Two of the best ones are on the air right now, aren't they? No, but you've got a lot of artifacts. Let's talk about the history and what this building means to the community.
Well, the building is part of Indiana's first mental hospital. It was added a little bit later. The hospital opened in 1848 as the Indiana Hospital for the Insane. And the building that we're in, we call the Old Pathology Building. And it was really built in response to this growing need for psych beds in Indiana. And the idea was to invest in research on the physical causes of mental diseases so that patients could actually have effective treatments and get better and go home and be productive citizens.
And so on part of the tour, we can go through, there's an autopsy table. There's, we're just laughing. All right, I wasn't even setting up a joke, but go ahead. Tell us what else we can see in that room.
In the autopsy room?
Yeah.
We have some other things in that room just because it had some empty space. We have a few things displayed that are not related to autopsy, including doctors' exam tables from the early 20th century. We have a pediatric iron lung. We have a foreign bodies cabinet from one of our local hospitals filled with horrible things that people had surgically removed from their bodies between the 1920s.
Such as a glass eye.
A glass eye. Toy cars, buttons, pins, pieces of food and bone.
What is the purpose of keeping things like that or logging them and keeping a record?
Well, with tissue samples that they collected from the lab, it was for future use, for research. And sometimes the doctors were going back later to see if they still agreed with their original findings. With the foreign bodies cabinet, I'm not entirely sure. We just got that recently, and we're still digging into its history. So,
how many pieces do you have in here? Like I said, we are in a room. We are literally surrounded by brains and other microscopes and things. But how many pieces? Do you have an exact number, or what would you even guess?
For the specimens?
In this entire building?
Oh, we've got tens of thousands of artifacts here. Most of them are not on display. We have all of the stuff that was from the original lab when they closed the doors in 1968. All of the original furnishings and equipment and specimens and chemicals and records were all left here. In addition to that, we have 50 years worth of donated materials. And so We have lots of secret storage spaces in the building and off-site storage as well.
And the great thing is you have tours for the public. People can come through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We love showing this place off. We want everyone to love it as much as we do.
So if you're a syphilis fan, everybody, you can come. No, I'm getting the most evil looks right now. That's why you can't see us, but I'm getting some very, very nasty looks. But it is a fascinating place, and the website that people can check out for more information is
www.imhm.org.
Okay, and we'll link people through from our website, which is indie.jbonair.com. Sarah, thank you so much. This is really an incredible tour. I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you.
We hear you chirping. Get scribbling. Tweet up the Scribble at The Scribble Show. Join the discussion with Jeremy Bradley. It's all going down right now on Twitter at The Scribble Show and at thescribbleshow.com.
Jeremy Bradley here once again live from Indianapolis, Indiana, checking out everything the city has to offer. And of course, our Indie Adventure is brought to you by ShopErnie.com. Everyone loves a golden retriever puppy. Ernie and his dog-mestic partner, Basil, have the perfect greeting card. I've said this how many times during the shows, I still get a kick out of it. Dog-mestic partner, Basil, have the perfect greeting card for your next occasion. Whether they are formal in their tuxedos, wearing their Christmas antlers, or just giving you those sad puppy dog eyes, your message will make people smile. Check out the collection at ShopErnie.com. That's ShopErnie.com. Jeff, we're here with Old World Gondoliers. My dogs, can they come on the boat with us? No, probably not, eh?
They can.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it just has to be a private boat. We don't take pets out on the public passenger boats unless they're a service dog.
Right.
But if you're on a private boat, yeah, you can bring your dog along.
Let's talk about what we're doing here because, again, we've got all of the highlights at indie.jbonair.com. We're going through the canal that you were telling me before that maybe a lot of people that live here don't even know that this gem for the city is, as we see, it's walkable, runnable, cyclable, paddleable. You can do everything here.
It's a secret, yeah. It's a beautiful little secret. We have a lot of proposals here, so it's a quaint little charming place, and we average a couple proposals a day that we're open. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And so right now we are, like I said, we're going through the canal on a gondola. You also have an electric boat. Tell me about this electric boat that you have too.
It is a classic canal yacht, and it seats 9 passengers. You can bring your own cocktails, or you can order it at Fresco Cafe where we board.
You have some, some ice cream, gelato.
They have gelato and Italian ice there that they make fresh daily, and they also make cocktails with that.
Tell them about your favorite, though. Peanut butter, right?
Yes, peanut butter with the Reese cup. Yeah, that's my favorite gelato.
But you did not have that today. Why did you not have that today?
I didn't. I'm watching my figure.
Do you care to share about your Vegas adventure that you just got back?
I did just get back from Vegas, working in Vegas. But I'm happy to be here back in Indianapolis and making sure everything is smooth sailing, as we say.
Oh, those jokes are usually mine to make on this show. Thank you, my friend. But so again, we've got the gondoliers. We've made him be quiet for a little while as we do this, but he can chime in at any time with a song if he cares to. Where can people get more information about this adventure that we're on right now on the water?
Well, our website is 4gondola.com, just the number 4, GONDOLA.com, or they can just call if they want to make a reservation, 317-340-2489.
And we'll have a link on our website where you can check out the pictures, and it's just incredible views as well, and so peaceful and relaxing. Well, thank you so much for having us. It's been great.
Thank you.
A song, if you don't mind? I'm putting you on the spot. Go ahead.
I'm sailing away, set an open course for the virgin sea, and I've got to be free to face the life that's ahead of me. On board, I'm the captain, so climb aboard. We'll search for tomorrow on every shore, and I'll try the best that I can to carry on.
Thank you very much. We got to go back to the music, but let's find out how long you've been singing and how long you've been doing this. Tell us, first of all, introduce yourself.
Sure. My name is Giovanni. I've been here for 2 seasons now, not including my apprenticeship season that all the gondoliers have to go through.
Wow. And singing for how long? Is this something you've done before, or have you picked it up along the way?
So right now I'm a college student at Indiana University at the Jacobs School of Music. I'm going into my sophomore year, but I've been singing since, I've been in choirs since about 4th or 5th grade, so I've been doing that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the entertainment today. It's been wonderful.
My pleasure.
Again, indie.jbonair.com as our Indianapolis adventure continues. And I should thank myself. Thank you very much, JB. We're back here on the Scribble podcast, again, live from Indianapolis. Thanks for tuning in today. You've heard it enough times on this show. indie.jbonair.com is where you can check out all of the pictures and the fun that we had, because I got to tell you, wild time in Indianapolis. Our thanks to our friends at Visit Indy for making the trip happen and sponsoring the entire thing, and everybody else. Now, here's the deal, is that there were segments that we didn't even run on the radio or on the podcast, so there's even more at indie.jbonair.com. Highly recommend the destination, gotta tell you. It's fascinating. Sweltering hot in the summer, but definitely very friendly people, and I enjoyed it, and it's been a wonderful time. So indie.jbonair.com. My name is Jeremy Bradley. This is The Scribble. I will talk to you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye, everybody.
Want more Scribble? Check out thescribbleshow.com for past shows, celebrity interviews, cheapskate tips, and more. That's at thescribbleshow.com and on Twitter at The Scribble Show. The Scribble is a speak-free media presentation.
If you want some real heat